Brand new dome. Same old problems. Nothing makes sense and nobody even cares. Welcome to WWE. And you're going to say, oh, there goes BC, already trashing this brand new concept before he even gives it a chance. But oh no, my friend. On the contrary, I actually don't mind the Thunderdome at all. I actually like the fact that there's an actual backdrop now. It's a huge upgrade from the Performance Center. And if you take it for what it is, because I told you, you saw on the thumbnail of last week's Raw review, and you guys all had fun with it. BC, that's funny, but I told you that thumbnail is exactly what you're gonna get with Thunderdome. If you're really taking a truthful approach at this, and you're taking fans that are watching this show at home, you're gonna get a lot of heads in people's hands. You're gonna get people snoozing. In fact, at one point last night, somebody was actually sleeping. They caught it on the stream. You're gonna get that. And everybody had fun with that thumbnail. And I'm glad you did, because it was for some comedy. But I told you, if they're being truthful, you're gonna get a lot of sleepy motherfuckers with no interest. And that's what you saw. So I took it for what it was because I knew that's what we were going to get. But what was WWE expecting? Look at what this show has been for weeks, months, and even years. Absolute garbage, for the most part. Did you expect them to be at home like a bunch of kids wrapped up on coffee? Did you expect them to be at home doing the Macarena or everybody clap your hands? The electric slide? It's electric! The fucking chicken dance? What did they expect? People are not going to be bouncing around having the time of their lives. When you're at an actual WWE show and you're around like-minded individuals with the same interest, then you can react a different way. When you're at home, what are you supposed to do? A lot of these people are living in apartments, which means there's people living on every side of them. They're not gonna be fucking hooting and hollering that much. Or maybe they live with a significant other or a family member, right? And they're fucking screaming about what? Flying ninjas? Or at least they weren't on the fucking show, but you couldn't have told the difference. Retribution? Bunch of fucking whining, throwing temper tantrum teenagers that just got thrown out of a house party, so now they're pissed off and they showed up at WWE because that's what they come across. Is that what you're flipping out about? Are you flipping out about Big E versus Sheamus? What did they expect? So you got a lot of heads in their hands or a lot of clueless looking fucks? Clueless because they're watching this shit. You don't gotta take my word for it. Go back and watch the Thunderdome individuals. All of those fans wanted to be somewhere else. You saw people going to the fucking kitchen nonstop. You saw one person again actually fucking snoozing. People half asleep. Sunglasses so they can hope that Kevin Dunn doesn't know they're sleeping. This was happening. Don't take my word for it. Don't just say, BC, you're the fucking evil one in the community. You're so mean. You overanalyze. You critique too much. You dissect it too much. Just go back and watch it yourself. But you see, I knew this ahead of time. So what I did, when I wasn't gauging the virtual experience on purpose, what I did is I just used it as a backdrop. I just used it as something better than what we've been getting at the Performance Center. Lit up, different atmosphere. Something different and better than the Performance Center. Because if you look at it as an overall presentation and not just zooming in on one person, because if you fixate on one person, they'll put you to sleep because they're sleeping from watching the show. So as long as you don't zoom in and fixate in on one person and another person, if you look at it as a whole, just a backdrop, it's an upgrade from the Performance Center. You know, I was watching with a friend last night, and she doesn't even watch WWE. She's not a pro wrestling fan. And she said instantly when she saw the Thunderdome, she said, wow, that's cool. That's actually a brilliant idea. Those were her exact words. And made me think from a casual fan's perspective. And again, she's not even a fan, but I'll put that in the category of casual. And they just looked at the overall presentation. And she was right. it is a brilliant idea. If done correctly. I explained to her that WWE can turn something really epic into shit in about 10 minutes. If you give WWE the time of day, they will turn something awesome into complete trash. And the testing was only fucking a few days for Thunderdome. They should have came up with the concept and perfected it. Because what we saw last night is exactly what my Raw thumbnail showed you this past week for the review. A bunch of people with their heads in their hands. But before you say BC, you're just going to trash another new concept like you always do. That's bullshit. I am one of the rare ones in this community that consistently calls everything down the middle. I get people pissed off because I say things are good. And they think I'm being too positive. And then I have people that say I'm being too negative when I'm calling out the bullshit. I can never please everybody, nor do I try. So I stay true to myself. I call everything down the middle. If there's 1, 2, or 3 things good on a show, you're going to hear about it. Just because the rest of it was bad doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you what was good. And vice versa. If 7 or 8 things were good, which we don't usually get, and everything else was bad, you're going to hear about it. I don't just trash shit just for the fun of it. But nobody wants to hear the fucking words. They just think I'm a mean YouTuber. The evil podcaster. It's not the Thunderdome that pisses me off. I don't mind the concept, and I think it'll get better over time. But you can only fix the exterior of something so many times. It's the interior where true change begins. It's like here in New York City. When a restaurant gets too many bad Yelp reviews, you know what they do? They change the name of that restaurant. Same owners. You went to bed and it was Tim's Taco Shop. When you woke up, it was Mike's Mediterranean Experience. What the fuck happened to Tim's Taco Shop? Well, Tim turned into Mike. Same person, new business. Now the Yelp reviews are gonna flip. Because people are going to see bad reviews for Tim's Taco Shop. Oh, but that's gone. I'm going to give Mike's Mediterranean a chance. It's the same fucking place. You see it all the time in New York City. People do it all the fucking time. Hotels, that's another one. Motels, I should say. When a motel reaches their fucking rock bottom, they just change their name. The problem is nothing from Tim's Taco Shop turning into Mike's Mediterranean Experience. Nothing internally has changed. You got the same bullshit cooks. Not washing their hands, not giving a shit about what they're cooking. The same dipshit owner that doesn't have a clue, can't tell his hand from his foot. So if you have the same protocol, and it's the same BS, and the same nonsense, you're gonna get the same Yelp reviews, you're gonna get the same reactions. Same thing with the motels. If you're not changing everything from within, if you're not changing the linens, if housekeeping isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, if management isn't holding their own, and making it a pleasurable experience for the guests, that motel and their new name is going to get the same fucking reviews and it's going to hit rock bottom again. You can only change the exterior so many times. You can only change the name of something so many times before you're going to have to look in the mirror and say, maybe we're the problem. Maybe we have to change from the inside. Same thing with WWE. Whether it's Tim's Taco Shop, whether it's some fucking rundown motel, or whether it's Vincent Kennedy McMahon from World Wrestling Entertainment. You can call it the Thunderdome, you can call it a new era, you can call it Raw Underground, you can call it so many things. But unless you actually change your protocol, change the way you do business, change your booking, change your creative, change. Starting with the old man getting out of his own way. So that change can fucking blossom. Unless you do these things, the exterior in concepts like the Thunderdome, it's not gonna bring that excitement. It's not gonna. I know those are hard words. I can fucking speak. I need another coffee. Those are hard words to come across on an early Saturday morning. But they're truthful words that need to be told. Nobody else in this fucking community will do that, right? They're just gonna trash it as a whole, or they're gonna tell you it was all milk and cookies awesome last night. No. And what do I mean when I started this whole cold open and I said, new dome, same problems, because you're getting the same nonsensical BS booking. and lack of creative. Mandy Rose gets her ass whooped a few weeks ago. She comes back from that ass whooping, and she wants to be friends with Sonya, she says. She's not even pissed. She wants the old Sonya that she knows. Can we just be friends, Sonya? And then 2 segments later, Sonya Deville hits the top of the stage, and Sonya says, our hair versus hair match is no longer, now it's career versus career. Well, who made, what? Mandy never even accepted career versus career, and they're already making it official a segment later. You can't just put someone's career on the line. What? And that's an odd way to go about it. Mandy wants to be friends, and Sonya says, let's do career versus career. This is what I mean. This is the difference between actual creative and 10-year-old booking. This is a fucking 9 or 10-year-old with some crayons on his coloring book drawing this up. I want Mandy to be friends with Sonya because I want to live in a nice, friendly world. So Mandy will say, can we be friends? And then Sonya will say, hey, let's put up our careers. What the people are getting paid to write this shit? And I know Vince is the end-all, be-all anyway. It's probably all straight from just him. But my point is, if you're going to play the game and have 617 writers, and then this is what you're going to produce, come on, bro. This is what I mean about changing from within. Mandy and Sonya had one of the best feuds that we've seen in a while. If you told me a few months ago Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose was going to be one of the best feuds in WWE, I would have told you done falling on your dome piece a couple, 2, 3 times too many as a kid. But they are. They just are. And here Mandy is, can we just be friends? And Sonya's like, no. In fact, let's put our careers on the line. Mandy says nothing, but WWE says it's official. What? And this sucks, by the way, because obviously what happened personally with Sonya and Mandy last week, something happened that was a little bit more personal, and one of them just decided I don't want to do it anymore. So it looks like they're just taking off. I'm guessing that's going to be Mandy now. I don't think Sonya, I think that shook Mandy. Mandy was in that house at the time. I don't know. It looks like one of them's leaving WWE. And again, that's a shame because both of them were just hitting their stride. They were just hitting their momentum. They were one of the hottest feuds in WWE, I felt. And now one of them's gone. All from one fucking schmuck, I fucking tell you. It sucks, man. It sucks. But the way they went about it, absolute bullshit. Mandy wants to be friends and Sonya just declares that it's career versus career. You couldn't have, put some thought into this? You couldn't have gotten creative and come up with a cool story arc throughout the night that got us to this point for Sunday night? No. Nothing. We'll make Mandy look like an idiot, back from a devastating, severe ass whooping. And she's like, can we be friends again? I'm back from my ass beating you gave me. Who does that? Do you imagine Triple H running over Stone Cold? Remember when Triple H ran over Stone Cold ahead of Survivor Series? And could you imagine Stone Cold coming back from his injuries and going, Triple H, I'm not mad. Can we be friends? Triple H would be like, what? Stone Cold would be like, can we be friends? What? Friends, what? Please, I love you. What? He'd run him over again and I wouldn't blame him. Mandy Rose is can we be friends? And Sonya's just like, hey, in fact, I don't want to do hair versus hair. Let's do career versus career. Listen, if that's what you need to do, if somebody's being written out of WWE, that's fine. Get creative. That's all I'm asking. How am I the bad guy on YouTube? How am I the mean YouTuber? The evil podcaster? What I'm just asking for some relevance, some believability, some realism, some common sense, some creativity. It's not that hard. It's not too much that I'm asking for. Sonya Deville and Mandy, nonsensical. You go to fucking Retribution, they're already running away from the locker room. That's supposed to happen in the future, if you want to really bump up Retribution as a true faction, who's badass and nobody wants a piece of them. No! Last night, they're already running away like some wild fucking entitled teenagers running away from a house party because the parents showed up. Or the fucking cops showed up, and they're all running away. You heard one dude, let's go, come on, we gotta get out of here. I literally heard those words. Like they're running away from parents or cops. Dude, it's the cops. What was that movie? Superbad? Dude, it's the cops. And they're running away like the fucking temper tantrum teenagers that they are. You're already making them these fucking... I guess they already were clowns from the beginning, so why not just book them that way even more, right? They're already running away from the locker room. And there was like fucking 20 of them last night, too. Locker room gave two shit. They didn't give a fuck. They're like, what? Coming out. Title change. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is obviously more than deserving to hold a championship, and we all love Jeff Hardy. So we want to say, yay, on one hand. And on the other hand, you're thinking, wait, what? You took this match off of SummerSlam, put it in the middle of SmackDown because it wasn't even the last segment. It wasn't even in the main event spot. And you had the title change hands. You had AJ Styles. I believe he won this on June 12th, correct? If my history serves me correct, AJ just got this on June 12th's SmackDown. I believe they filmed it on June 8th, but it was June 12th when that show aired. It was against Daniel Bryan, I believe. I believe it was the finals of the Intercontinental title tournament. So if he just got it on June 12th, that's about 10 weeks. 10 weeks that AJ Styles held that championship. And he already lost it in the middle of SmackDown. They took it off of... That is a SummerSlam moment. Do you guys realize that the Intercontinental title should be defended at SummerSlam? It's tradition. It's a fucking... It's a main title. It may not be heavyweight, but it's a main title. Not only did they put that title in that match, they plucked it from SummerSlam, they put it in the middle of SmackDown, but they actually had the title change hands. If you are going to do that, do it at SummerSlam. That's a SummerSlam moment. That's how desperate they are to try to get that extra 0.3, 0.4 rating, right? It's a big difference if you can pull a 2-1, 2-2, 2-3 instead of a 1-9, 2.0 flat. They're trying everything, and they're even taking away special moments. AJ Styles holds the belt for 10 fucking weeks. And you guys wonder why championships aren't prestigious anymore. Because somebody can't hold it for more than fucking a couple months. I'm not even done. This is the real one, the icing on the cake. Sasha Banks and Bayley have to fight in a beat the clock challenge with Naomi to find out who's going to face Asuka second at SummerSlam. When Bayley, just this past Monday, am I the only one that remembers this? I know WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon wants us all to forget about this. And even more tragic, I bet you Vince McMahon himself forgot about this. The creative writers, everybody forgot that they even booked this Monday. Monday, Bayley looked right at Sasha and said, our friendship means so much, I'm going to fight first. I'm going to fight Asuka first at SummerSlam. And Sasha's like, oh, thank you. And they decided right there. Bayley said in her own words, listen, I'll take a few seconds right now and you listen. These are her words.
First, okay, you know what? You're right. I am your best friend, and I would literally do anything for you. So I will wrestle Asuka first at SummerSlam, and I'll carry the heavy load so that way after I beat her...
We're good, right? We all know what's happening. Bayley said it in her own words. Sasha said, cool. That's what we're getting. Bayley versus Asuka, and then later in the night, Sasha versus... We already know, right? WWE has went about it the way they went about it. Cool. Here we are 4 nights later, and we have a beat the clock challenge to determine who takes on Asuka first and second. Do they not care? Did they just forget? Were they hoping we forgot? That's your cold open. That's your fucking cold open. We're gonna get to the actual fucking review right now. I just can't. I can't with this company. And I'm the evil, mean YouTuber. Fuck BC. I don't watch BC. He's always fucking negative. He's mean. He criticizes way too much. He doesn't give everybody a chance. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't give a fuck if you watch me or not, man. At least don't bullshit yourself, because you ain't bullshitting me. I'm dropping one fucking truth after another. I'm making you think. I provide thought-provoking content. You can watch some other cookie-cutter bullshit somewhere else. That's fine. These are fucking holes that, if they don't get filled, WWE will never truly change. Sip of coffee, and we'll start this review.